All right, everyone. I'm here today with Maria Luisa Castellanos. Is that right?
Yes, that's pretty good.
It's close. My Espanol is not great. No bueno, I guess I could say that. So I wanted to have you on, Maria Luisa, because you're an architect and a real estate agent. You work with a lot of investors, and you had come across a really cool program that I'd like you to share with us if you don't mind. Can you tell us more about it?
Sure. Here in Miami-Dade County, we have a real problem with affordable housing.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that the county was looking into was how do I provide more affordable housing without having to depend on state and federal programs. So they came up with a program that's called the Workforce Housing Initiative or the Workforce Housing Program. And what it really does is allows you to use existing land that before you could only put one single family unit on it. You can now put two or maybe even three, but it's under certain circumstances. So it's not a guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good that you work with either architect or a realtor that knows what they're doing. And with the county, you have to do both. You have to talk to the county. They're going to give you a special permission to do this. And I want to talk about what's workforce housing. Workforce housing is not affordable housing. Affordable housing is normally something like from very, very low income to 80% of area median income. But
Right.
workforce housing goes all the way to, I believe, 140% of area median income. So it's not a big sacrifice for anybody to meet those standards. That's probably, I don't know, that's probably like 80% of the people that live in Miami-Dade County could qualify for this. And so you could take your existing single family house and you can convert it. There's some qualifications. For example, you cannot have more than one front door.
Okay.
So what they're trying to do is they're trying to make sure that the neighborhoods don't change in character. Because say you have a really pretty neighborhood, you know, your average middle class neighborhood, and all of a sudden you got this house next door that has, you know, three doors on it, and you're wondering what's going on over there, right?
Right.
So the idea is to make it so that it's invisible, but you can put in more people and therefore reduce the cost of housing.
It's like an interesting concept because it is something that it's definitely a concern because you do have more people, but you have finite amount of land. And in areas, especially like Miami, it's not affordable to buy anything that makes sense, you know? So it
Absolutely.
is, yeah. So you're saying that like not only do the people have to qualify, but the specific like area and the specific house have to qualify too. And then so the people are renting it, they don't own it, right? Like
Actually, it's also for developers. Developers can use the program. They
okay.
have to sign a 20-year agreement with the county to
Oh,
make it workforce housing. So you can't just go in there and take your house and, you know, make it a duplex. No,
and
you
then change
have
it
to
back like the
sign
next year to a
that.
single family or whatever.
So the idea is that it's a long-term proposition. Not everybody's going to want to go with the bureaucracy of it, but it is an option. It's an option for a lot of people who can do this, for
Yeah.
investors, for people that say they want to have their in-laws come and live with them. So now
Hmm.
they can build a second house on the property. That kind of thing is another possibility. It's another option. And
Yeah. Well, it is interesting because I've seen like something similar to this for other types of populations, like for like maybe elderly care, they're converting single family homes into like like more where each bedroom is kind of like rented out. Or but I agree it could be interesting if like you own like a fraction of it instead of having it be a rental, be like an owner of a house. I've seen it for in housing where people are like living with AIDS and they live together, or people that have just gotten out of jail and can't find housing, and it's like they're done with the halfway house and this is like the next step or whatever. Like there's a ton of programs like that, or vets. There's even like a vet program, Vietnam, or not Vietnam, but any vet, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, those are called congregate living facilities, and congregate living facilities have been around for many years. Usually, most of them, at least in Miami-Dade County, you can only have 6 residents living.
Okay.
So, but it's an option. But the state has all kinds. The state of the county has all kinds of prohibitions. Like you can only be a certain distance from another one. So they're all over the county. So you have to be very careful before you buy anything to make sure that the next one that's near you isn't too close, or you will not be able to do it.
That makes sense.
Living facility for the same reason. They don't want to convert all of their neighborhoods into
this. Yeah.
to this. They want to do this for certain population. Now the developers, if they do this, can actually get more houses per acre. Like say, I don't know the exact number, but let's say you're allowed to put 5 houses per acre. Now you're going to be allowed to put 7 houses per acre. But remember the caveats. You have to do this on a case-by-case basis.
Right.
And you have to sign a 20-year agreement with the county. And those conditions may change. This is the latest information I have.
Of course.
You can get more information on my website, because I have a presentation that they did, a PowerPoint presentation, and I actually posted it on my website so that you could see it in detail and go through it.
Perfect. And we'll post the link too on the YouTube channel in the description to the website so people can look at it. I mean, the whole point of this conversation is just like, if you, as an agent, we want to help our clients. And if you work with a lot of investor clients or development clients, just know that there's more ways out there that they can reach their goals. There's non-traditional routes that are available to your clients. So it's good for us to know about them.
Absolutely. I think the more knowledge a realtor has, the better it's going to be for them and for their clients.
Yeah.
If I think unfortunately, this program has not been advertised sufficiently. People don't know about it. And Miami is full of illegal construction.
Yeah.
So maybe a lot of those illegal constructions could actually be converted to legal construction. Maybe you could do it.
Why would you want to do that? That's not as lucrative. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
There's a lot of illegal construction in Miami that, I worked with a client recently where this is Miami-Dade County. And for people that don't live in this particular area, we have kind of like a weird configuration. We have 26 municipalities within Miami-Dade County.
That's
so
crazy.
City of Miami, we have City of Hialeah, we have City of Miami Shores, we have City of Palmetto. It's called I think Palmetto Bay Village or something like that. The Village of Key Biscayne. So we have 26 different municipalities. This does not apply to any municipality. This only applies to unincorporated Miami-Dade County. But other municipalities have different programs. Like in City of Miami, they have different zoning classifications where you are allowed to build a duplex legally. In fact, I helped clients find a house. We kept looking at these houses. They all had illegal additions, and some of them were horrendous. I mean, like they had done things inside where they had multiple floor elevations, and you had to go around the house to go to the bathroom. I mean, it was crazy. I helped him find a unit that he could actually subdivide it and actually have half the house for his parents and half the house for himself.
Oh, nice.
So he could, legally do that, or he could actually rent the other half of the house, if he went somewhere else. So there are opportunities in Miami-Dade County, but you have to be familiar with the zoning codes to know what's allowed where.
Yeah, and that's like everywhere. That's just not Miami. You know what I mean? Like that's everywhere. And people as agents, it's good for us to understand all the different types of programs and things that are out there. And maybe if something like this could work for their investor, they can look it up at wherever their county, wherever they are, and see if it works for them. Or if people do have a referral for you in Miami, what is the best way to get a hold of you?
To call me.
Okay.
305-439-7898. Let me repeat that. 305-439-7898.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you being on. I think it's really cool for us to like hear what other places are doing, and then if that could work, see if where we live is doing it too.
Actually, I think in Oregon, I think it's in Oregon, one of those northwestern states.
Yeah.
And I think in some areas they're actually abolishing single family zoning altogether.
Oh, wow.
Because they're trying to do more multifamily. They're trying to get the cost, because land has gotten really expensive, and most
It's
people
so
can't afford it.
expensive. Yeah.
It's so expensive that in the really populated areas you cannot get any low price land. So
No, right.
and even in Miami, the funniest thing is that you can either buy a house for like 450,000, or you could buy an empty lot for 450,000. It wasn't like in the old days, like you could buy the lot for 50,000. No,
Right.
now
No.
you have to demolish the existing house if you want to buy a new house.
It's crazy. Yeah. Or you can help
Crazy.
investors buy land. Yeah. Like something. It's crazy out there for sure. Well, Maria Luisa, I really appreciate you being on. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Jennifer, for the opportunity. It's a lot of fun. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.